I'm reviewing Shinobi for the Sega Master System. In the game you control Joe Masashi, however his second name is pronounced. Now I've got good and bad things to say about this game. I'll start with the bad, right? That level near the end of the game, the Ninja Forest stage, it's really difficult. I mean, you've got to know where the enemies are to beat that, so they make that stage way too hard. And the fact, a difficult jump at the end of before the fourth boss. I mean, that jump, unless you get an item from a bonus level, it's really hard to make that jump. I've made it, but I've just beat the game for the first time, but I only beat it by getting a bonus item that you get on the red looking level before you fight the second boss. I think the stage before, it's vitally important you get that item if you want to make that jump. You can still make the jump without it, but it's vital to make that jump. It's vital to get that item. It makes it a bit easier to make that jump. You can still do it, but it's harder. And the third boss can be hard because there's a massive electric shot behind you if you don't finish him off quick. I've never really had trouble with that boss, but I know a lot of other people who have. They struggle to get past that boss. You've got to shoot fast, because if he knocks you into that thing, it takes so much health away, it's virtually instant death. So you want to finish him off. It's not really hard apart from that, but you've got to do it quick, so it can be difficult. The second form's easier than the first form. And the other bad thing I can say about this game is there's no ending. Once you beat the final boss, which is hard, there's no ending. It just shows you the game over screen, sends you back to a title screen all over again. Now that's a kick in the balls. That's the reason that I'm not a fan of the game, for that reason. The fact that it don't even give you an ending, and it's a difficult game. And the final boss is obviously the hardest boss in the game. First four bosses are not really hard. The third boss can be, like I just said. The third boss can be, but as long as you hurry up, shoot immediately. Whether you do it by just whichever order you do it first, shoot fast, you should be able to do it. But I know a lot of people have struggled with that boss. But yeah, apart from that difficult jump on the fourth and that third boss and the fact there's no ending once you beat the final boss, and the final boss is hard, as you would expect being the final boss, the hardest boss in the game. They're the bad things I can say. It gets a bad review from me for that reason, because it doesn't give you an ending. I mean, I hate games that do that, where you work hard and it doesn't give you an ending. But the good things I can say about the game is I love the music in the game. The game is amazing. The graphics are great. Your character's perfect looking. But like I said, the title screen, I love it where his eyes move. The music's great. I like the graphics in the game. The graphics. I love the music. I like the enemy designs. There's not really any hard enemies except them annoying enemies on the bamboo forest level. On the stage 5 level, that's the hardest level in the game for me. It's really difficult. You've got to have a lot of health to get through that. It's vitally important you pick power-ups from them characters you pick up. They give you different stuff like bonus stages, extra health, max power. You want to get at that bamboo forest level, picking up all the things from finding all them kids or whatever they are, and want to give you max power, the most important item in the game, and you want to get that. You want to be near full health when you get that bamboo forest level to stand a chance of doing it. If you die like level before and then you get there with hardly any health, it's probably impossible to make it unless you're cheating. The start of this level before the final boss, there's a massive max power up where you can get before you fight the final boss, so enough to beat the final boss. The final boss is hard, but as long as you've got enough health, you should be able to beat him. He has a few different forms. Well, anyway, that's what I say about the game. I don't dislike the game. I don't like it. It's somewhere in the middle for me. I'd rate it better if it give you an ending, but that's a kick in the balls. There's no ending. You beat the game, there's no ending. I've just beat the game, and all you get is a game over screen. I knew it had no ending, but it's still disappointing, innit? It doesn't give you an ending. That's a massive kick in the balls. No ending. Just a game over screen when you beat the final boss, which is just ridiculous. But yeah, a mixed game. Don't dislike it or like it. Somewhere in the middle. I want a fan of the Ninja to get last game a beat, but at least that game give you an ending. This doesn't. This don't. But yeah, this game's in the middle for me. My next game I'm going to review is Cyber Shinobi. I prefer that game to this game. Cyber Shinobi on a Master System. At least that game gives you an ending, and I prefer that game. I think it's more fun than this. Anyway, it's just my opinion. If you don't like my opinions, it's fine. It's just my opinion. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, everyone.